Let's first of all talk about just Grace and the name and sort of how it, I guess, how it sort of relates to the overall aesthetic of the restaurant itself.
Yeah, Grace for us was the idea of this beautiful restaurant that was refined, that had elegance behind it, and it was something that we wanted to give back to our guests, our customers. And when they come in and dine, it was kind of resembled the style of food that we were doing as well. It was elegant, it was refined, it was graceful, if you will. So it kind of embodies what we do here at the restaurant.
It's so funny because, you're a juxtaposition. You're a walking juxtaposition. You've got the whole rocker, metal-y kind of looking thing. Your favorite band or, performer is, you were just telling me, is
Marilyn Manson.
Yes, yeah. Marilyn Manson, sure. Shout out to Marilyn Manson. But then again, you've got this, you're elegant, you're quiet spoken. You've got this beautiful place. It's interesting. I'm kind of curious as to how a guy who loves metal can kind of get into this sort of very delicate sort of job.
Well, I think you got to look at it from an art standpoint. I mean, it's a way that I express myself, as any artist or musician does. They have a way, they have an outlet, and for me, it's food, it's cuisine, it's being surrounded by ingredients. That's kind of like my out, and my out personally is music.
How did that all happen? I mean, why did you become, did you feel like you were an outcast when you were a kid? I know a lot of metal fans particularly say, yeah, we always felt like we were sort of the odd kids out at school. What was your situation like when you were growing up?
No, I never felt as an outcast. I was just something I loved. Music. I always say, like, if I wasn't a chef today, I would die and relive my life as a rock star. I mean,
you kind of already are.
It would be amazing. But yeah, no, I don't think just being able to express yourself in the kitchen was my out. That was my rock star moment, if you will.
You were saying, I know I read and I think I saw in the documentary you talking about how disciplined you are. I mean, and for those who haven't seen the documentary, and you definitely need to see it, you definitely can see within the first couple minutes of the documentary that you are a very regimented person. And you have to be, I guess, when you're a chef. That sort of seems to be what, the common denominator with all chefs. They say it's just you constantly are working. What's life like for you? Do you have fun time? Do you have, opportunities to travel?
Of course. Yeah, we travel a great deal. I think to do something great in one's life, you have to commit yourself 100%. And committing yourself to what I do is food, and you have to be consistent. So to be consistent, you have to constantly work hard every single day at that one thing. And that's how I think you become great at something. So yeah, I travel a lot. I get a lot of inspiration from my travels. My personal life is great as well. I have 2 daughters, and I'm able to spend time with them. And
Ava and Eden.
Ava and Eden, yeah.
Whose birthday is tomorrow?
Eden.
March 18th.
March 18th.
It's on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr.
Duffy, Irish.
Duffy?
Very Irish, so.
Are you doing anything to celebrate?
No, I don't celebrate it. I don't. I'm working. We don't celebrate.
No, yeah, I mean, pretty much all Irish people say this is the day that they don't celebrate.
I think they've already celebrated. Everybody, especially in the city of Chicago, goes crazy here.
Yes. So tell me a little bit more about the restaurant. This is it's a unique experience, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's tasting menu only. We offer 2 tasting menus. One is called the Flora, which is dedicated 100% to vegetables, fruits, grains, seeds, nuts, herbs. Not vegetarian, but can be vegan as well if need be. The other menu is a Fauna menu, which is dedicated, again, to 100% fruits and vegetables and grain, seeds, nuts, but also have seafood and lighter protein offerings through them. And the diner will sit down, choose either one of them. It's a 2.5-hour dining experience. We average from 40 to 50 people a night. Never was really meant to do anything larger than that. We always say that the table's yours for the evening, and it really is. You have a reservation. We go at your pace. It's your leisure.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing worse than feeling rushed when you're at a restaurant. Like you're waiting to get kicked out.
Yeah, especially at this price point. It's an experience. It's not just sit down, order a few things, and then you leave. It is really an experience.
I hate to be crass, but I mean, can we talk about the price point? I mean, I don't want to say specifically if you don't want to, but it's up there. I mean, this is not a place this is a celebratory type of place, or place if you have, a decent amount in your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah, the price point is roughly about $500 a person, out the door with food and wine.
You're not coming here, Chauncey.
But you know, it's a lot of people will say like, well, both menus, one has the more grander ingredients, if you will, the protein, the meats, the more expensive things. Ironically, not true, because my Flora menu, you know, we can have a dish on there right now. Specifically, we have a white asparagus dish that's going to start on Tuesday. They're $7.50 a piece for one asparagus. So the cost point, the cost point on a vegetable menu, plus all the labor that goes into preparing it, is much greater than the fauna side. So yeah, we do have to charge the same amount.
And that's okay. That's okay.
It is okay.
So let's talk about you a little bit more about your personality and your life. Again, you know, you seem very understated. You're kind of quiet, on the quiet side. I don't know if this is just that you're shy or this is the way you are.
That's who I am. Yeah.
Do you go out? Do you go to see shows, rock shows, metal shows?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things to do is see live music.
Have you ever been to the Bottom Lounge? That's where we're going tonight.
I have not.
Well, you need
Shame on me. I know. Shame on me.
We have an extra ticket. You're totally welcome to go.
Oh, that's tempting.
I think you're working, right? Enter Shikari. Great band from the UK. You have to look them up. I'll give you the info.
Okay.
I saw them, actually, Chauncey and I were shooting a festival up in upstate New York, and they were on, it was the last day of the festival. They are a band from the UK. They're getting big in the UK, but they were on against Megadeth. It was the finale. It was you know, the headlining show, and they were literally on in a barn, literally a barn, like where you know 4-H, where you show cows, and there were little stands on the side. The floor was dust and dirt, and you know, I felt so terrible because we had just interviewed the lead singer, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's standing off to the side in the dirt. There were like maybe 30 kids or something there, right? And you know, you hear Megadeth like flailing away out there, and all of a sudden, Enter Shikari jumps on the stage, and they went crazy. It was the most incredible performance I'd ever seen. He was saying basically the same. It was like it was an incredible like punk rock. It's hard to even describe what they are, but anyway. Sorry.
What is their style of music?
They kind of coined the term electronic horror. So it's hardcore. There is the growling and stuff like that, but they are also very fast, and they have some cool electronic stuff that goes into it. Which I'm not an EDM person or anything like that, but it's actually really really good. I'll give you the info. So you can look it up.
Gotcha.
But anyway, back to you. So you get out, you go see shows.
See shows. I get out and eat whenever I can. Usually, it's funny. I always make a joke that I eat and travel and dine more when I'm traveling than when I'm in my own city, which is a shame. It's really bad. But
where do you go when you are in the city?
I try to frequent a lot of Asian places because that's the style of food that I really like. Japanese, Thai, Vietnamese. I really love that style of food. So it's very clean. It's very minimal. And it kind of transcends into the style of food that I do as well.
And you got back from Bangkok?
We just got back from Thailand. We were there for 2 weeks.
Business, pleasure, both?
Both. I was there teaching. I was there doing a few dinners. But yeah, we had some downtime, which was amazing. Got to experience the culture and the food. Street food is amazing there in Bangkok.
Will you bring any of that back here? You know, or are any of the dishes going to inspire the dishes here?
Yeah, you know, some of the greatest things that you can be inspired by is traveling and trying different ethnicities of cuisine. And for sure, Thailand and the ingredients that they use are things that I already use in my kitchen as well. So to go there and taste and try the ingredients, or try the dishes, yeah, they're always inspiring. You're always inspired by stuff, ingredients.
I have to say, speaking of inspiration, you are definitely inspiring. And again, for those who haven't seen For Grace, it's an incredible documentary. It's really hard to watch at points. You had a rough childhood, and in a lot of ways, you had a rough life. You've done so much more than I think anybody can expect a person who's gone through what you've gone through. And you can see the documentary. We don't have to get into it here. But, you know, it is pretty amazing what you've done. And what do you see as far as the future goes? Will you be opening more restaurants? Do you want to just focus on this? Do you ever want to have any time at all to have fun?
No, I have plenty of fun. And yes, I do want to open other restaurants. We're working on a cookbook very slowly, so that's taken a great deal amount of time. You know, it's everybody asks, like, what's next, what's next, what's next? For us, it's making sure that right now we're laying a foundation in this restaurant and for our brand, so we can grow in the future, so we can go on and do multiple restaurants. Because if we don't have a solid base foundation, that is people that we mentor, our young cooks, our young chefs, the sommelier team, the service team, if we don't have solid people here, we can't go on and build other things.
Do you have a relationship still with Grant, the guy that you were the sous chef? His sous chef is whatever. Yeah, I don't know these words. You guys.
Yeah, we still have a great
Friendly
relationship.
rivalry?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, we're actually going to work on a collaboration dinner here for our 5th year anniversary here in December. So I'm bringing back 5 of my mentors, people that played a huge role in my upbringing in the kitchen. We're bringing them back to celebrate them for one night.
That's so nice.
So it should be fun, yeah.
You're very much of a give back kind of guy. Like it.
You have to be. You have to be.
Well, I mean, I love the story with the woman, your teacher, and sort of.
Ruth, yeah.
Are you guys as close? Or maybe not?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we talk probably every other week about everything in life. Can imagine.
I have to tell you, like, just watching that one scene where just the two of you, and I don't know if it was after the restaurant closed or it was before, but it was really.
Yeah, we were sitting right here actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after her meal. We shut down the restaurant and we just chatted for hours and hours.
Yeah.
It was just catching up,
Well, congratulations. This is
Thank
awesome.
you.
I'm really
Thank
happy
you.
For you.
Yeah.
It's a great. It's. I mean, it's not a great story. It's a very compelling story.
Well, thank you.
But everything that you've done, good job.
Thank you.
Love the tats too.
Thank you so much.